It's a very interesting, important, and a pressing subject we're talking about today, data privacy. And we'll also look at it from the lens of the UAE Federal Data Protection Law, which came in effect earlier in the year in January, for which the enforcement is anticipated to soon begin. Now, data is at the center of everything we do, and especially in today's digital era, a lot of data is being generated and captured every single moment. The UAE Data Protection Law aims to strike a fine balance between personal privacy and the tech innovation. It is actually intended to protect against misuse and give further boost to the digital transformation initiatives. As a data protection officer at a leading bank in the region, I would love to hear your thoughts on data privacy, about the UAE Data Protection Law, and more importantly, Manish, rather than seeing it as a pain, how business can use data privacy as a competitive advantage. Finally, the role it can play in driving higher ESG scores. Perhaps you'll also have to give us a link between data privacy and ESG. Where does it really fit? So let's get started, Manish. First thing first, could you give us your views on data privacy? What is it? Why is it needed? Where are we in the region when it comes to data privacy, and where are we headed?
Thanks, Pranav. Happy to participate and contribute. Data privacy, as the name suggests, it's basically a fundamental right of ours, and many countries across the globe recognize data privacy as one of the fundamental rights. Now, when it is a fundamental right, any other right, you have an opportunity to tell people, control and govern what information of theirs, as an individual, what information of theirs can be used and how it can be used and for what all purposes it is being used, right? So you feel that you own a car, you own a bike, or you own a house, right? And you have an authority to it, right? Same way, in data privacy is a concept that tries to give you that authority over your data. Now, data privacy is a very historical concept. Post GDPR, we have seen across the globe there is a boom of companies taking data privacy initiative, governments taking data privacy initiative, and people waking up more and talking more about their privacy and rights, etc. Today we live in the era where we say data is new oil, right? Or the data is new gold, right? Whatever you want to call it. In such an era, data privacy is a concept that tries to strive a balance between how justifiably an organization is using a customer's or an employee's data, and a line between when it goes into the wrong hand, where the same data can be misused to cause certain harms to the data owner. In the last 5 to 7 years, what we have seen is post GDPR came with a big bang approach, but post GDPR we have seen all the major economies have either revamped their data privacy regulation that were there historically, or are in the way of framing and putting in place a full-fledged data privacy regulation. Now, looking at it from a context of Middle East or the region, Middle East, MENA region as such, if you see, GDPR came into picture and it affected this region to an extent because of a lot of global operations the company has and a lot of European population which is present in this region. But the country, the authorities in this region have taken cues and they understand the importance of data privacy, and that's where we see Saudi has came up with a big bang privacy law. UAE federal law, the executive orders can come anytime, and we'll see a lot of traction, privacy compliance happening here. And we have seen Oman releasing their draft privacy law. Few of the mature countries took some early steps, like Bahrain. They started this in 2019, Qatar 2015, earlier in 2010, 2012 and 2015. Recently they again revamped certain part of their privacy law. So it's kind of a mixed bag here in this region. Now we also have few countries which are yet to initiate their journey in terms of privacy, but sooner or later it will be there. We have also seen free zones and major financial hubs like DIFC, Abu Dhabi Global Market, they kind of coming up and safeguarding their interest, company's interest, their data subjects, and or their operational interest with their specific laws, right? We have also seen in the UAE as such, there is also a sectoral regulation. So for banks, we have consumer protection regulation, and it is very interesting to see, how the new federal law will impact, industries like banking and healthcare, where you find some sectoral regulation, already put in place. From an overall schema perspective, data privacy is a very, hot topic for say next 5-7 years to come, because as consumers are getting aware, as consumers know about their rights, and it is an environment where, gone are the days where you can lure a customer by the way of offers or by the way of, cheaper products. That's not only what counts today. Today, people are educated and they want to understand that, how responsible the organization is, right? How well they can protect my data, how well they can, safeguard a customer interest rather than keeping in front the organizational or a business interest before customer. So these are the themes to which we look forward for, 2023 and onwards. And it will be very interesting to see that, UAE, which wants to be a digital hub of the world, right, with all new AI, ML, blockchain, metaverse pilots happening, flying cars being, rolled out, and, a lot of integration happening across the globe. It will be really interesting to see how the region as such adopts the data privacy, because at the end, all features, all services that you give to customer will have that wow factor. But on the longer run, it's basically the safety and the security of their data, their information, and the best practices that will be, counted upon, or that will be relied upon when it comes to a long-term sustainability of any organization, as well as long-term sustainability from a customer and a business relationship.